If you feel like your small channel has been stuck in YouTube jail for what seems like forever, but you do want to break out and monetize that channel in 2025, this creator might have found the keys you've been looking for.
Even with 30 years of tech experience under my belt, I had absolutely no clue how to YouTube. Then in June of 2024, I had a video about ageism and being laid off that went really nuts.
Meet Sheila, a 54-year-old IT professional who went from losing her job, her career, in January of 2024 to becoming a YouTube content creator and monetizing her channel just a few months later. She had no previous experience before starting, and yet she's already getting results like this, which kind of makes you wonder, how is this possible? Well, fortunately for you and I, we have the full story here from Sheila. She's going to reveal how she monetized her channel so quickly, step by step. But first, let's find out a little bit more about this woman who you just can't help falling in love with.
Hey, my name is Sheila, and I am from beautiful Westminster, Colorado. After a layoff in January of 2024, I found myself smack dab in the middle of a trifecta of suck. And between a sluggish economy, jobs being outsourced rapidly, and facing the stark realities of ageism, I couldn't even land an interview. Starting a YouTube channel was something I had thought about for a long time. It just made sense to me. I have a lot to say, and let's face it, I'm a delight.
Oh, so delightful. The first thing I'm sure we all noticed about Sheila is that happy-go-lucky, infectious attitude and positive personality that just pours itself out onto the screen. I'm telling you, there is a lot to be said about just remembering to smile when you're talking to camera, and Sheila is a master of this. But anyway, let's discover how Sheila escaped this, let me get this right, trifecta of suck.
I published my very first video on my Laugh Lines channel May 9th, 2024, right after being laid off in January. It started as a way to process everything I was going through, the aging, the job loss, menopause. I was trying to figure out my next steps, but it quickly became something much bigger to me. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. All I knew is that I wanted to create something meaningful, and YouTube felt like the perfect platform to bring my voice to life.
Doesn't Sheila perfectly encapsulate what so many of us are trying to do on YouTube, even if we have no idea what we're doing? We all have something that we want to share with the world, right? A passionate hobby, a challenging life experience, wisdom to spread, things that we know other people in the world will connect with to create these unforgettable bonds and relationships. And already within the space of just 2 minutes listening to Sheila, I feel as if she's accomplished many of these things. I understand her values, some of her vulnerabilities and her goals. And if you can establish connections as quickly as that,
so for those just starting, here's my advice of someone who's just been doing it for 6 months, okay? First of all, I think this is probably the most important thing. Just start with what you have and just begin. I had to wait until I had a mic, until I had this and had that, right? And it had to be perfect. And it wasn't necessary. Use whatever tools that you already have, like your phone. Look for some free basic editing software and just start creating, right? You'll learn as you go. Please trust me on this. I had no clue what I was doing at first, and I figured it out by doing.
After doing YouTube now for over 15 years, this is one of the most common pieces of advice successful creators give, and for good reason. What you often see when you watch a YouTube video from a successful creator is the culmination of tens of thousands of hours of time, energy, and money spent on the technical aspects of the video. The camera, the microphone, good lighting, learning how to use a software editor inside and out. But as Sheila has just shared, most of this, when you're starting out, just isn't really that important. And why is that? Well, because your first few videos are likely to suck irrespective of the audio and the video quality. You don't need some crazy YouTube setup to get you started. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but it didn't always look like this. Now, usually you'll hear my voice from behind the camera when it comes to vidIQ videos. But for this one, it's absolutely necessary that I stand in front of a camera. You can make perfectly good videos with just a smartphone, a dedicated microphone, and some natural lighting from a window. The most important thing is that you take action. And Sheila is going to dive a lot deeper into this with her next tip.
You're going to find your voice by doing the thing, right? Your channel's vibe and direction will evolve as you create content. Don't get too hung up on making it perfect from day one. Looking back at some of my old videos, I can't believe that I haven't deleted them yet, but I'm keeping them out there because I want to see my growth, right? Experiment, try different styles, and see what feels authentic to you.
For example, if we take a look at the first few months of Sheila's videos, you can see that she was experimenting with a ton of different styles and formats. She was making videos about her life lessons, the menopause, and even walking her dog. But none of this was really clicking with her audience. It wasn't until she posted dozens and dozens of videos that she started to find content formats that were resonating with an audience she was targeting. So the two big lessons here are: don't overthink things and don't try to be perfect. You'll know my mantra, and I've been saying this for over a decade now: nothing beats experience. The faster you post, the quicker you will learn, and then you can start building an audience. But for Sheila, it wasn't just about being consistent that helped her to get monetized. She also had a secret weapon. Well, all right, maybe she had two secret weapons, because let's face it, that dog is really cute.
Now, when you can, try to collaborate or get a second set of eyes. Now, whether that's a coach, a mentor, or even a friend that will give honest feedback, having someone else look at your content is absolutely invaluable. They can spot things that you're too close to see, and they can help you refine.
This is by far my favorite tip from Sheila, because it has the potential to double, if not triple, the speed at which you get monetized. And let me explain why. As we are all well aware, YouTube is a very solitary experience, which can be a good thing because it means you, the creator, have all of the control. But it can also be a double-edged sword. Often, when we come up with our own video ideas, we get stuck in our own heads. And this is where we can bury ourselves into a very deep rabbit hole very quickly. We start to think that because of one video idea, our audience are definitely going to like this, when in reality, they like this. Two very different things. And if you are 10, 20 videos, 3, 6 months into your YouTube journey, you've probably already experienced this, have you? You get all excited about a video idea you think is perfect, you publish it, and then you wake up the following day and it is completely flopped. What you've done there, basically, and we're all guilty of this, including myself, is built yourself a creative echo chamber. But having a friend or mentor who can give you honest and objective feedback solves this. You'll be able to gauge whether or not your video idea, title, thumbnail, hook is interesting or just interesting to you. And this is what happened to Sheila when she unlocked that mentoring hack.
I was stuck at about 1,700 subscribers for what felt like forever. It was so freaking frustrating. Up until August or September, I was happy with the progress I was making, but then everything just kind of stalled. My momentum died. I was working really hard and I was being consistent. I was uploading at least 2 videos a week, but it wasn't paying off because nothing was clicking with my audience. By this point, I was really hoping that YouTube could become a revenue stream for me. My job hunt was going absolutely nowhere, and I was starting to accept that my old career might be over. So I had been binge watching every YouTube creator tutorial I could find. I attended free seminars. I followed all the right people. I had been doing all the things. I had bought vidIQ really early on because I love the information they provided, and the browser extension was really helpful for understanding my channel's performance. All of that data just really played very well into what I had been doing for 30 years. I loved it. I geeked out on it. But what ultimately made the difference was their coaching program. I'd seen a few case studies about other creators who worked with their coaches, and I thought, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It was really difficult decision because I have no job, but I reframed it in my head to just be a birthday present for myself. And I said, I'm doing just 1 month, because that's all I can afford, just 1 month. Well, here I am in month 2. My coach is absolutely amazing. I could not have done these last few videos without her, and all the things that I felt that were missing before, like that second set of eyes and another brain to collaborate with, they're finally here.
In a nutshell, finding a YouTube mentor works. I mean, the results speak for themselves. Take a look at what Sheila's been doing on the channel since she joined the vidIQ one-on-one coaching program. This is because the coaches here at vidIQ are experienced YouTube strategists who regularly help creators pick video ideas, titles, and thumbnails to increase the performance of videos. videos. So if you would like your own mentor to talk about your channel on your terms, then check out the coaching program. I'll link it below, where there is a special discount. But I do appreciate that not all of you are ready to invest in a coaching program such as the one we have here at vidIQ, and that is totally fine. Finding a friend that is interested in your videos and your channel is still super valuable. They will certainly give you their candid feedback and opinion, and it is actionable and it is free. But as I mentioned earlier, YouTube can be a solitary mission that only you are interested in the real world, and finding a friend that cares about it can be next to impossible. So I do have one piece of advice that you can all take advantage of. When you make a video, sleep on it. Do whatever you can to detach yourself from creating the content. And when you get back to it, you'll have a more objective eye and you can be self-critical on the video you made. You can do this right now, actually. Go to your channel and watch any video that is over a month old, and you'll have forgotten about 80% of what you did in making that video. That enables you to watch your own videos through the viewer's eyes, which are, in this case, a little weird.
Be consistent and patient. This is one of those do as I say things, right? Because I was totally consistent, but patient, no, not so much, not so much. Consistency is key even when it feels like you're not making progress, right? Just keep uploading, keep improving, and trust that growth takes time. I freaking know it's hard. I'm the most impatient person ever on the face of planet Earth, but you have to stay the course.
Consistency. You know, it's one of those cliched pieces of YouTube advice that we here at vidIQ seem to be getting called out on more and more.
Here we go again, another vidIQ video talking about being consistent on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. But you do see the irony there, right? If we consistently say, be more consistent, then someday you might actually listen. It is great advice, but that doesn't mean it's easy. In fact, consistency is one of the hardest things to consistently do on YouTube. So to make things a little easier, I do want to add one more tip to Sheila's advice that will help you get through the harder times of this YouTube journey. I'm going to call it, somewhat tentatively, the 100 video strategy. This basically is a commitment to yourself that you're going to make at least 100 YouTube videos before you think about giving up. The reason this works is because it's going to take focus away from results and put it onto action that will help you grow your channel in the long term. For example, most creators after maybe 10 videos want to see views in the hundreds, if not thousands. And that is really hard to achieve. When that doesn't happen, they feel discouraged and are more likely to give up. And we're probably only a couple of weeks, if not a month, into the YouTube journey at this point. But if your goal to begin with is 100 videos, then you're not going to worry as much on whether your first few videos get 100 views or not. Now for you, maybe 100 videos is a little too ambitious when you only have time to publish one video a week. But I want you to get comfortable with the idea of giving yourself a video goal that allows you to breathe as a creator, to experiment, to learn, and not worry about 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So think creator goals before audience goals. You can even make a game of this. Stick something to your wall and have a tally every time you publish a video, just knocking them off one by one. It will gamify the video making process a little bit and help you stay, what is that word again? Oh yeah, consistent, even when the videos aren't performing as well as you might hope. And all of this leads perfectly onto Sheila's final monetization tip.
Finally, learn something with every video. Push yourself to try something new with every piece of content, whether it's editing, storytelling, or a new format. It keeps you growing and makes each video better than the last. Okay?
You betcha, Sheila, spot on. The creators that become obsessed with YouTube and are constantly pushing themselves learn things like storytelling, video editing, coming up with video ideas, and different video formats. These creators reach monetization milestones and start making money on YouTube faster. So I have a suggestion, and it's only going to take 1 hour a week or more if you want to. Instead of just creating all of the time, use that 1 hour to study these fundamental skills. And here's another great habit to get into as a new YouTube content creator. I kind of briefly mentioned it before, but it's all to do with self-reflection. So after every video you post, do the following. Write down the things you liked about your video. Write down what you didn't like, and then pick one thing to improve in your next video. And remember, give it a little bit of time before you watch that video. Maybe it's a week, 2 weeks, a month. If you commit to this routine and do it, here's that word again, consistently, then over time, you'll be blown away by the improvement you see in your videos. Now, if you only follow Sheila's advice from this video, it is a great first step to monetizing your YouTube channel in 2025. But if you do really want to fast track your YouTube growth, then I highly recommend you do check out the vidIQ one-on-one coaching program. You will be assigned your very own personal coach who will help guide you to making the right videos that get results for your channel. So if you're interested, it is linked on screen now, but I do have an extra little bonus for you. Sheila had a lot more to say about growing a channel and her own YouTube experiences. So we've uploaded the full video here, but it's unlisted, so you'll only be able to watch it from this link and nowhere else on YouTube. And thanks, Sheila, for taking the time to record this video for all of us.